Good morning, friends. This is Tuesday, and we are going to start our day of reading with rereading our Beatles book that you heard yesterday. Right behind me, I have a word web, and we are going to be working on filling that in after we read our story. So when we read our story, we're going to really be good listeners to see what kinds of things we can learn about beetles. So our book is kind of a big book, but not as big as some of our big books. So I am going to put it here so that you can see it better and I don't have to hold it and I can use my pointer. Now, this book is super cool because it has a lot of extra things that books have in them that we haven't really learned about yet. This is also an informational text. That means it's telling us true things about beetles. And these are real photographs. They aren't pictures that somebody drew with a crayon or a colored pencil or a marker. They are actual photographs. And that's what informational texts do. They give us real pictures of whatever they're talking about. So we're going to learn about beetles. And this is by Adana Eckhart. And I'm going to turn this so that you can see the book and you don't need to see me right now because I want you to be able to see the book very well. So this is our title page, Beetles. This is what we call a table of contents. This shows us the things that we can learn in this book about beetles. So these are the little chapters, and these are the page numbers where we learn about them. And at the bottom, it says index, and we'll talk about that when we get there. So we're going to learn about beetles, wings, many colors, new words, to find out more, and index. This looks very much like a science book that you would have when you get older. A beetle is an insect. Now you're going to notice that some of the words are in darker print. The darker print means that in the back of this book, it's going to give us a definition. So once again, a beetle is an insect. There are many kinds of beetles. Oh my goodness, look at all those beetles there. That's a lot, isn't it? Beetles live almost everywhere in the world. Most beetles live on land. So they're like us. They live on the land. Some beetles live in the water. So they're called water beetles. Maybe you've heard of water beetles. This one's kind of cool. Beetles have wings. So that's in dark print. That means we're going to see it at the end of the book. Most beetles can fly. This is a pretty one, isn't it? Some beetles are very large. The largest beetle in the world is a Goliath beetle. Oh my. Beetles eat many things. Many beetles eat plants. That looks like a pricky plant. Beetles are many colors. Ladybugs are red with black spots. I'm sure you've seen ladybugs before. They're very popular in the summer. They sometimes get into our house even, don't they? Some beetles glow in the dark. Fireflies glow in the dark. How many of you have seen fireflies? I used to love watching the fireflies when we were camping and I was laying in my sleeping bag in the camper, looking out the window. I have a page that is stuck together. Here we go. Beetles are interesting insects. And here's a couple children that have some in a jar. It looks like they have lightning bugs in their jar, and they are watching them light up. So now let's look at the other part of the book that is kind of new to us. Okay, this page where it says new words, this is called a glossary. And I'm sure these words are a little bit hard for you to see, but I will read them to you. So it gives us the word that we saw in the beginning of, or during the book that was in dark print. Now those words are here in alphabetical order, and it's going to tell what they mean. Beetle, an insect with hard wings that cover a part of soft wings used to fly. Fireflies, small beetles that fly at night and glow in the dark. Glow means to give off a steady, low light. If you have a night light in your room, that might give you a little hint of what glow means. Goliath beetle, the largest beetle in the world. Insect, a kind of animal that is very small and has 3 pairs of legs. So if it's 3 pairs of legs, that means it has 6 legs altogether. Ladybugs, small round beetles that usually have red or orange wings and black spots. And our last word is wings, the parts of the body that an animal uses to fly. And this last page is called the index, and this lists the same words that are over here, except it adds plants, and it tells what page you can find these words on, or where it talks about these things. So that is called an index. All right, that is the end of our story. I will be right back to do our web.